Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I know it's been a while. Thanks so much for sticking around. So, I'm excited I'm finally doing this. So, in this new series called Design Analysis, I'll be explaining and breaking down garments and evaluating them and looking at what makes them thick. So, let's get started. So, design analysis is a term commonly used in all design fields, but let's bring it down to fashion. So, in fashion, design analysis simply means evaluating a garment's functionality. So, let's make that simpler. Design analysis means it answers, if I were to put it simply, it answers the question, what can I see? Good. So, in this episode, and by God's grace, several other episodes, we'll be looking at garments from the pattern maker's point of view. So, whether you're recreating or you're creating yours, you should, as a pattern maker, be able to identify the elements you see in or on a garment. So, for you to answer the question, what can I see? You have to also be able to look at the construction breakdown and the pattern logic behind the garment you are looking at. So, a garment is usually evaluated considering the following elements: the silhouette, right? The fabric, the balance or symmetry, and lastly, the construction. Don't worry, I'll break them down. So let's start with the silhouette. So simply put, the silhouette is the background, or you can call it the shadow. So if I grab my pen and I decide to draw an outline around the garment we're looking at, right? And I fill it with black. What do you think is the silhouette that aligns with my drawing? Can you guess what aligns to the garment on the left? Yes, it's the fit and flare. So this silhouette is a flare, fit and flare silhouette. Some silhouettes have remained all-time fashionable, like the hourglass and the mermaid. Some are common, some are not so common. The next element on the list is the fabric. The fabric with which the garment is made is an important factor to be put into consideration before drafting your pattern. For jerseys, knitwear, and spandex, flat box are usually used, and that is because of their stretch properties. For thicker and heavier fabrics like suede, denim, leather, and the likes, usually used for overgarments, darted blocks are used. And for silky fabrics like rayon and velvet and silk, then draping techniques are employed. The next element in line is the symmetry. Excuse my spelling, it's missing an M. So if I were to explain symmetry to a second grader, I would say draw a line dividing an object into two equal halves, and if what you have on the left is the same as what you have on the right, then that object is symmetrical. So in this case, this beautiful skirt that I got the picture of Pinterest is a perfectly symmetrical skirt, okay? What we see on the left is exactly the same as what is on the right. But is the picture on the right symmetrical? Obviously, it's not. What is on the left is not the same as what is on the right. So we will say it is asymmetrical. How about the last picture? If we run a line right through the middle, what is on the left is obviously what is on the right. but we can't say that of the hemline. That means the hemline in front is different from the hemline behind. So we can say, or we can describe this dress as a tent dress with an asymmetrical hemline. The term tent is gotten from the silhouette, and then I added the properties of the hemline in the description. And lastly, let's talk about construction lines. So the construction details are as important, or some will argue more important, than all the other elements that I've listed so far. The necklines, the waistlines, and the darts. The type of neckline on a garment will determine the type of contouring you are going to apply to that garment. And so is the kind of waistline that is on the garment, and also the kind of dart, whether it is darted or dartless. And all these elements we'll look at in depth in the coming series, inshallah. And if you're wondering why all this necessary, I believe that you being able to identify a garment and deconstruct a garment and then go on to recreate that garment, I think it is a highly effective way of learning before you now develop your own unique style of creating original pieces. So one feature I've decided to add at the end of every episode is to include a teaser. So tell me, what silhouette is this? I'll be looking forward to reading the answers in the comment section. I hope you were able to pick a thing or two. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.